I'm Calvin from Open Source Hong Kong. Before I introduce the upcoming session, I would like to check, did anyone watch the Marvel series about the What If? Yeah, because the topic is called What If, Python plus Azure. So this Python, for this topic, Python Azure innovation is more than a linear path. It's a prime of endless possibility where single choice can branch out to the limitation innovation with the Python. In this session, Eason will be mastermind to showcase different use case scenario of implementing Python in various industry and domains. Join him to discuss the new possibility with the Azure and Python. So let's powder the question of the what if together. So Eason is a seasoned principal digital solution architect with over 20 years of experience in application development, cloud technology, digital solution, big data solution, data analytics and science. So So as a technical evangelist and strategist, he is very active on the public speaking, webinar, and contribution of technical article and open source code repository, whose topics include AI, machine learning, data analytics, and solution design and best practice with Microsoft Azure, Azure Cognitive Science Service, Azure Machine Learning, and Azure Databricks. So let's your turn.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kevin. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Just make sure. Oh, okay. Seems the screen resolution is not too very high. Wait a second. Wait a second for me to try to change the higher resolutions. Is it possible? Just try one more time. Okay. Don't touch it. Okay. Just leave it work, right? Don't touch it. Okay, no problem. Okay. Okay. Let's get started. Let's kickstart the journey, right? So, good morning, everyone, okay? And welcome to the PyCon today, okay? On behalf of Microsoft, I've tried to share with you the what if, okay, about the Python plus Azures, right? Let's ponder the question together, right? Let me quickly introduce myself as well. I'm Eason, a global technology strategist at Microsoft, technical fellow in Microsoft to helping our strategic customers to drive the digitalization, technologies, definitely any problem related to the coding, programming is also related to me. So I'm an active contributor in the open source communities. This is my GitHub and my public Medium article, always talking about the Python, Go for language as well. Feel free to check it out anytime. So I have 30 minutes for today's session. So let's talk about the agenda. So agenda of today's, I try to handpick 3 main topics today to you here, right? About the serverless, about the data analytics, machine learning, and artificial intelligence. The first thing about the SDK, software development kit. Why I'm trying to picking these 3 main topics for the possibility we can build on Microsoft Azure. Let me try to tell you something why, okay? I don't know why the screen resolution is relatively low in here, but I'll try to use my mouth to try to speak on here, right? Let's think about the top usage of the Python, right? Let's take a look back, okay, the statistic figure of the Python. What kind of things we are building with the Python language nowadays before I'm talking about the Microsoft Cloud? The first thing, okay, like the HKT sessions, we are building the data analytics. The second thing is the web developments. The third thing we are building using Python is using the DevOps, system administration, web automation script as well. The fourth one, obviously, machine learning and artificial intelligence training as well to build the sophisticated machine learning models with the Python languages. It's not telling by me. It may be working by you as well from the statistics of the developer survey, okay, of last year, 2021, right? So Python is not just for the artificial intelligence, machine learnings, and also for the automation script, for the server website development as well, right? So that's why I'm trying to handpick this free topic, talk about the serverless. Definitely, I need to talk about the top trend, about the machine learning, data science as well. I'll also talk about the SDK, how we use the micro SDK to build the program with the cloud more effectively. Okay, let's talk about the first topic, serverless. Okay, the serverless, okay, as you can see from here, right? Actually, Microsoft Azure has multiple service offering can host the Python, right? Definitely, locally, I'm using a Windows laptop nowadays, a Windows 11 in here, right? Definitely, you can use a Mac, okay? Instead of Mac, okay, how can we run the Python program and then serve for the productions, right? We understand that we can build a program from your laptop, from your Mac, but how can we serve the program, okay, for the productions? Obviously, with the cloud, okay, it's more scalable, okay, to help you to serve the application publicly, no matter it's the website or program or others, right? From the left to the right, I try to explain you a little bit, right? Definitely, you can create a very simple Linux virtual machine or even Windows virtual machines, okay, to host your Python program, no matter it's web or whatever, right? Nowadays, okay, you can see the statistic, the Python developer survey as well, okay? From the trend, half the people, right, try to serve the Python program using the container array. It's not just putting inside the virtual machine and serve it directly. This is another way more effectively to deliver your program, more easily to do the DevOps integration as well. Use the container array to ship your Python program out. Definitely, I'll just quote some example. As I said, you can build a website with the Python program. You can use the Flask more simply, okay? Django framework, okay? You can just import it, and then you can serve the website. Either way, you can use the virtual machine, just open the firewall port, you can release it. Use the container package as the containers, and then you can serve it more easily as well. And Microsoft Azure also has more seamless way to serve your applications in Python more effectively, like the serverless. We have the app services, we have the functions, we have the container instance, all of that without consideration about the computation power, the scaling capabilities. You can more easily to control, to focus on your Python program development. And lastly, okay, we also provide a power platform, right? Something like a low-code, no-code technologies, okay, infused inside there to help you to use the Python program to accomplish together, to build the program more effectively in here. So let's talk second layers, okay, the middle layers, the database layer. We talk about we have various offerings can host your Python program to serve for the productions. No matter websites, okay, no matter lucky draw programs, okay, wherever just limit is your imaginations, you can use Python to pose in the Microsoft Azure as well. How about the database, okay? It's also able to connect the database with the Python as well. We have the SDK, obviously. It's all supported. No matter classic way using Microsoft Azure SQL database, Progress, okay, I know MySQL, we have a section in here as well. We also have the past version of MySQL database as well. We also have some NoSQL database. All we have is the SDK to help you to connect, just import it more easily to effectively connect with the past database and then just focus on the coding. And lastly, we have the DevOps integrations. Obviously, Microsoft purchased GitHub a few years back, right? The DevOps integration is fully integrated. So from this portfolio, you can see Microsoft seems like a house, okay, to serve as a home for the Python programming hosting as well. If you think about the hosting, serving your Python applications from the server perspective, web serving perspective, right? You can very easily to leverage Microsoft Azure to serve it. So we understand the portfolios. Let's talk about how we do it, okay? I just quote very simple examples of how we very easily to spin out the apps, service, and containers, okay, in here. So I just would like to have a look in here. How many people familiarize with containerization here? Anyone try to package your Python program in containers, all right? Okay, I see a few people in here. It's a half already, right? Just check it out, the 2021 survey, okay, in Python developers. Half the people already using container to develop, to deliver the program already. Okay, just back to here. The app services. The app services is the platform as a service solution to help you to spin out the platform, okay, to host your Python program. Definitely, you can see the runtime version. You can select starting from 3.6 to the latest version P49. You can see that, okay. If you want to have the free trial, just type the SKU is free, okay. This is the command. This is the command. Just check it out. Maybe just Google it. You can just AC is a command very easily and effectively to create a instant to serve your website. And then you can deploy your application, Python application, like Flask website or Django website, okay, wherever it's an API, not just website, right? You can just serve it in there with the app services without any doubt or consideration about the infrastructure areas. Definitely, I also respect the classic way you can use a virtual machine to host it, but consequently, you need to manage the entire environment, patch the environments, to create a virtual machine, install the dependency, but with the app services, all in here, just like other counters, just run it as it, right? So another way, okay, why I'm trying to focus on any containers guys in here as well, we have the container instance, right? Very, very easily to help you to host a containerized application in here, so, right? So this is a very simple example to how to create a container instance in here. Obviously, I just coding in the Docker Hub, the Bitime Python, the very classic containerized sample in here. Okay, you can just spin up a containerized application very easily with the 8.80 or any other port you want to define it. This is the easiest way to host a containerized Python applications. The third way, okay, you can think about using the functions, okay? This is another serverless way to host applications. I will give you some example what kind of things we can build in here, right? Also, okay, the function is out of the box support the Python as well, okay? You can just select the Python, select the version you would like to build, right? 3.9, 3.6, 3.8, whatever you want, okay? And then you can create the actual function to do the serverless stuff, like API, integrations, web, wherever you can build. That's the app service. And other things, okay, as I said, we have the local development platform to help the developer as well, right? I think more or less some of the people may be in the data science and data analytics space in here, right? We have the Power Platform. Power Platform, we have the Power BI to help you to easily to visualize the data in here, right? Okay. In Power BI, some secret tips in here. Okay. Power BI obviously is the local, you can drag and drop the data. You can visualize it very easily. But in some cases, you would like to assistant. I'm the cook there, obviously. And then I would like to some assistant to get the data or visualize the data, filter the data more effectively in here, right? The Power Platform, the Power BI is also support the Python script in here. Just like if you try in your Excel, okay, nowadays it's also support the Python as well, right? Very simple to import the data, filter the data very effectively, okay? I can say hybridly to make your visualization more faster. That's the Power Platform. Yep. Actually, I have the secret tricks about the Power Apps as well. You can build your Python. Okay, just PM me. Okay, if you want to. That's not an official way. Just let me know if you want to achieve it. In some cases, Power Apps is a no-code development tool as well. It's also support Python. So, we talk about the surfing layers, the logic layers, for the integrations for the surfing API, the web, right? We should have the database, right? So, as I said, we have the libraries, okay, out of the box to help you to have your Python developers to connect to the database correspondingly. We have the Cosmos database. In Cosmos database, a very quick introduction. We have few type of the Cosmos database you can choose. First one, SQL one, okay? And obviously, you can use the Mongo as well. That's the same thing like you develop with the Mongo database as well. Just PIP and still as usual. PyMongo, and then you can install it and connect to the database correspondingly. For others, okay, like the Azure SQL database, like the Progress database as well, okay, like the MySQL, just simply import the connectors. You can connect to the corresponding database very effectively with your Python code as well. So that's the database. And how do we develop in here, right? How do we develop? What kind of development tools we have, okay? From the reports, okay, you can check it out reports, okay? Now, how many people using PyCharm nowadays? Any using PyCharm? Yeah, 1 people, 2 people, okay? Now I can say the Visual Studio Code is the top one, okay? The top one selections of the Python development. Obviously, so many people think about using the IPython in here, right? Python in here. Actually, the Visual Studio Code is also support the Jupyter Notebook nowadays. So that means you can do the statistics analysis in the Visual Studio Code, okay? Very effective. So that's why it's over Jupyter Notebook already. That's very convenient. Nowadays, I'm also using Studio Code to use for my data analytics as well. Not just IPython, we also support the visualized one, right? So with the extensions, with Python extensions, auto-complete internet sense, collecting, debugging, unit testing tools, all in there, you can very effectively to develop the Python code with the Visual Studio Code. Okay, just check it out. It would be help you. And definitely, Visual Studio Code has a lot of extensions to help you easily to connect with the Microsoft Azure to deploy your code in the cloud as well. Yeah, so what can we build, right? What can we build in here? Okay, so many stuff, so many information from Eason, right? Okay, so we understand so many things. Okay, we can, on the platform stuff, we can host something, right? What kind of thing we can build? I just handpicked some of the example here, right? You can see the light in here, right? That's the functions, Azure function. Definitely, I will use the Python 3.9 something. This is a web-based retail application. Just pick up online orders from the queue and process them, result in the database, right? I just try to like to illustrate in here, just like a classic example, the message queue from the very, very front end. Okay, someone orders, okay, at the web, at the mobile, and then queue it in the service bus, okay, and then for the functions, okay, definitely you can use the Python program to develop, okay, to connect to the service bus very seamlessly. That's the queue, okay, and then process it, do whatever you want, maybe doing some basic filterings, columnize the table, and then save it, okay, in the Cosmos database, or Azure SQL database, or Postgres, or MySQL, whatever you like. That's the processing, okay? You can use it in here, right? You can see, you can apply your Python program in almost everywhere, right? So another example about the mobile backend of the financial services, I'm trying to mobile banking, okay? Mobile call from the web API, okay? From the mobile front end or web front end, just imagine, all right? We can process it, okay? With the Python serverless program, okay? With the Python development. We can call and process it, and then further process it and send the push notifications. That's also able to achieve by Azure functions with the Python support. Another example about the real-time processing in the healthcare, about the machine learning and AI, okay? Because the previous session talked about the AI something, definitely, okay? Python, okay, is strongest area to do the data analytics, artificial intelligence, right? So in Microsoft, we have some of the canned AI service to help you, okay, to do the computer vision more effectively in here, okay? Just imagine you have your storage bot in here. The storage bot can be saved a lot of PDF documents. That's the images, okay? In the images, you cannot extract the information, right? You cannot do the NLP directly from the images. You need to do the computer visions, extract the text value before I am doing the advanced NLP or NLU, whatever you like, right? So in here, I also use the Azure functions. That's the serverless program. So it's like a glue, okay? Connected to the block storage, grab the PDF, and then process the PDF, okay, and then extract the information from the images. Consequently, I will get the value, okay, something like a document, 5 pages, all the texts, I can grab it, and then save it in the storage, wherever you like the NoSQL database, like the blocks, or the plain text, whatever you save. That's using Azure functions in here. A lot of the use cases you can build. So another example, okay, just last 2 examples, okay, from the IoT as well, okay. I can see previous section talk about something like IoT, right? The IoT at the back, how do we gel together, right? You can use the serverless functions, something in here, right? You can also see the Python logo in here. Just like a man in the middle to process the event from the device, okay, we have the IoT hub to help you to save the data, save the sensor signal from the device, right? And then from the Python perspective, we can easily to connect to the hub and then process the event wherever you like, right? Send the push notifications, advanced data analytics, wherever you like. Okay, that's the last example in here, right? This example about a serverless bot program, something like a chatbot, right? Chatbot nowadays, or something say it, try to rename it as an intelligent assistant something. That's the chatbot anyway. Nowadays, starting from 2021, no one tried to build a chatbot nowadays because it's so boring, right? Now, voice bot, okay, with the voice, okay, back and forth, okay, with the voice response. You can say something, you can listen from the bot as well instead of just playing task mode, right? So With the Azure functions, okay, or using web app or container, whatever you like, you choose. I just pick Azure function more effective to build because it's completely serverless without thinking about the computation powers. You can receive the voice from the customers, okay, from your end user, okay, to listen what they say doing the speech to text, and then extract the text value, and then we can use the NLP to map corresponding intent, and then give it respond to the end user. This is one of the examples you can build. That is it, okay? You can see so many imaginations, okay, using Python, okay, hybridly with the cloud resources as well. From the cloud perspective, you can more easier to make your ideas to the production mode. So let's talk about second topic, data analytics, machine learning, artificial intelligence, okay? What kind of things we can have from Microsoft as well, right? From the very low, okay, to the very top, okay, except the power infrastructure, obviously, you cannot program the CPU, the GPU with your Python program, that's the assembly, right? Obviously, you can use that. You cannot use that, all right? So that's why I skip it. Okay, the second layer is the productivity service framework, okay, the data science tools, okay, or as I said before, right, some of the pre-built AI machine learning services, you can just leverage it, right, from here. So let's talk about one by one in here. Productivity service, right? We have someone saying Microsoft is not open source nowadays, maybe old days, Windows, okay? We are not open source. We are the home for the Python as well. We love Microsoft, right? We love open source in here, right? We are supporting lot of the open source framework like PyTorch, TensorFlow, Scikit-learn, obviously, and the open source framework of the model management, ONNX. That's all open source popular framework we are supported as well. We also provide some of the service to help you to develop the machine learning's AI program more effectively with the scaling manners, like the machine learning virtual machines, okay? Just imagine you are newbie to open up to try to Python program to develop very sophisticated in day one, okay? You need to install so many Python library, okay? Maybe you miss it. Okay, you miss it. You need to configure it so many times, right? We may take half day to prepare a laptop to get ready to production, to start development, right? With virtual machines, okay, machine learning virtual machines, that's already all installed the package already. Oh, definitely, it's kept up to date by monthly basis. Just bring it up, and then you can start the Python development immediately without any waits, right? Definitely, we also have the friendly partner like Databricks do great in the data science, data engineering, the machine learning model as well, okay? We also have the first-party machine learning service to help you, help the data analysts, the data developers, okay, to build a machine learning model and data science program with our platform-based service. At the top, okay, you can use the familiar tools, no matter using Jupyter Notebook, Command Line, as I said, Visual Studio Code, you can also use it. That's a Streamlit integration in there. You can just seamlessly deploy your program notebook to get to the cloud. Okay. Lastly, we have the domain-specific model in different periods, just like a human, artificial intelligence. Try to simulate the human behavior in here. We can see it, we can speak, we can say it, we can listen, understand your language, doing searching, do decision management as well. I'm not trying, because I only have the 30 minutes, I'm not trying to explain all the cognitive service in here, right? But it all give you an impression, okay? We have multiple dimensions of the cognitive service in here. As I said, visions, like the computer vision, as I said, grab the, just like old day OCR, okay? We have a form recognizer, detect the object, okay? Detect the people, detect the face as well from the vision pillar. We have the speech to text, or text to speech in the new manner, just like a normal human, right? We can help you to make the decisions. We can help you to do the web search without any further development with your own, right? That's it's much better to start from scratch. If you ask me nowadays, do I need to train my computer vision model to detect something, the object? You're not necessary to build it, okay? To check it out, my medium example, I'm trying to capture the face from the face API to try to detect the sentiments, okay? The eyes blinking, because everyone is eye blinking. From the FBI analysis, if the people try to keep blinking, right? Keep blinking, that's something like the tell the lie, right? So I'm using face API, okay? Try to detect the frequency of your eyes blinking, and then we can detect the people is lying or not. How do you can apply to such kind of technologies? Maybe some of the interview sessions, you can apply it. So I will skip this one. Yep, just check it out in the last slide I will tell you, right? Azure Machine Learning, I would like to share something with you as well, okay? Azure Machine Learning is the space, okay, for the machine learning and data science developers, okay? As skill for all, okay? I know some of the younger generation I see some of the younger generation in here as well. That's skill for all. If you're not studying a PhD or data science master as well, you are also welcome in here, right? Because we design a GUI in there, okay, to help you more effectively to build the data science, right? So like a automated machine learning, we can build in here very easily, or even the advanced developer, just like you guys, some of you, right? Just like me as well. You can use the program hybridly in there and support Python coding. It also support the machine learning operation as well, MLOps, to help you make it more easily to deliver your program to the productions. It also support the responsible ML, okay? That's automatically help you to detect the bias of your machine learning models. And lastly, the open source, okay, it's open in the inter-cooperate. It supports the Python integration and lots of service integration as well. I just would like to introduce one thing for you in here, it's the cooperative notebook, right? In your local PC, okay, or your Mac machine, okay, you cannot cooperate the development with your colleague, right? Okay, with the remark, okay, something like maybe some of the people you know, okay, using the co-authoring program, using the Excel Word program as well, you can co-author. In the Azure Machine Learning, it gives you one benefit. If you are co-authoring to something in here, no matter notebook or Python program, that's a cooperative. You can pair with your colleague to program together to develop the same program with a conflicts, obviously. Let me share about the customer story. What kind of people is using Azure Machine Learning actually? Fashionable, right? It's something like a retailer in here in the US, in Hong Kong, right? They're using Azure Machine Learning. Definitely, they love PyTorch. Using the PyTorch framework to build an AI algorithm to detect the code design, and then understand the trend, okay, and then meet the fashion company as they need it, okay? They are using the Azure Machine Learning to train the model with the PyTorch frameworks, all inside the Azure Machine Learnings. So let's talk about the third exposure, okay, SDK, okay? So I talked too much about how do we connect with the Microsoft Azure. From this session, you understand I can use my program, okay, Python program to connect with the cloud, okay, I deploy to the cloud through the web, through the API, connect to the database as well. Just pip install Azure SDK, and then you can connect to Azure Resources Panel, and then create the resources, configure the resources, scale the resources, whatever you want very effectively. That's make the DevOps integrations. So, seems like Python is love Azure, obviously. Yeah, that's the new home for Python, right? Just check it out. Just scan this QR code, okay? I just grab a website. We have the official website, okay? Dedicated website. Talk about what is the imaginations from Azure, so okay, can leverage in the Python as well. Just feel free to check it out. So, you are also welcome to join our dev communities. We have booth outside there as well. You can just pick some t-shirts, stickers, whatever you want. Just scan it, okay? We will frequently update the news about our developers, news, okay? Event, trainings, goodies for you, okay? Just check it out, just like it, and you can get the news latestly. And lastly, thank you, just on time, okay? This is my GitHub repository, contains some of the Python program, including the data analytics, web programming, okay? You can also check in my mediums, okay? As I said, one of the example, ice ranking program is one of the article in there, just check it out. I also have the Facebook scraping program analytic as well, using the Azure Text Analytics to detect the sentiments of your Facebook posts, or new posts, all right? You can also check it out in there. I'm also hosting a HK AI communities in here, okay? A lot of AI expert and developer in the Discord community, okay? If you, just raise your hand, like how many people are using Discord nowadays? I believe all the people, right? Discord, right? Yep, I love it so much, right? Just join the Discord community as well, just check it out. This is the AI Hong Kong communities you can join. So, thank you everyone, okay? I think now is the Q&A time, okay? Feel free to ask the questions. No stupid questions, just feel free to ask, yeah.
Hello.
Yes. Just exchange the ideas. No problem. Not a question
I
at
have
all.
a question
Yeah.
on the first part. So,
Yes, sir.
do you have any advice on orchestrating the Azure functions? Because on one slide you mentioned
Yep.
you use multiple Azure functions to handle
Yes.
web requests.
Yep.
So, may you share some thoughts on that?
Yes, that's. We need to have the master to control all the millions functions, right? I built a master functions, okay, to control all the slave functions, right? So maybe in the documentation from Microsoft, we call it durable functions. The concept is we have the orchestration functions to orchestrate all the minions work. Maybe some of the minions is try to grab the news from somewhere, okay, put data processing, okay, and then send it the email, whatever, right? Usually I will use the separated function to control all the minion words. Or another way you can, if you're using the data stuff, processing the data, you can use the Azure Data Factories. It is out-of-box orchestrator to help you to orchestrate the functions, right? Without coding, this one, right? This Azure Data Factory without any coding, but obviously I also love coding, so that's why I'm using Azure Functions to orchestrate all the minions works. Yeah, one other advice for you, yeah.
Hello, any more questions? If no, I want to ask a question about
Yes, sir.
if I want to, if I'm using the Databricks
Yep.
and I want to do some ML development, what tools I should study for it?
The ML ops, right?
Yes.
The ML ops stuff, right? What kind of tools you would like to pick, right?
Yeah, I have to study it. Yeah.
Yeah. So many, depends. Databricks, Databricks is, the underlying computation layer is Spark, right? It's not native Python, it's PySpark. It's not a Python natively. Okay, you need to remember, you need to import the PySpark, okay, machine learning language, right? So if you're using Databricks to build a machine learning or artificial intelligence model, you need to rely on the PySpark machine learning model. This is the first underlying baseline model. But if you're using Azure machine learning, as what I said, the PyTorch, okay, the TensorFlow is all support. It's not a constraint within the Spark computation engine, right? Depends on your choice. If you go Databricks, right, Databricks also has the way to do the ML ops, right? Like the ML4, okay? Out of the box already supported in the Databricks as well, okay? This is streamlessly, okay? It doesn't mean no integration with Azure Machine Learning as well, okay? You can make it integrate, but more streamless, I will encourage you to use the ML ops offerings, okay, from the out of the box from the Databricks as well. But if you are natively using PyTorch to build TensorFlow to build, okay, obviously you can build on top of the Databricks as well, but not streamless, right? So if you are building streamless, very advanced AI model within the cloud, okay, with the cloud training powers or serving powers, we will encourage you using the Azure Machine Learning. So, any others?
Any question?
Any questions?
If no, I have a question.
Yeah.
Eason.
Yes, yes,
So
sir.
I think you know really well like Azure services. So, like if I'm a Python developer, and how do you compare like Azure's offering to your competitor, like other?
Our competitors,
Yeah.
right?
What's your like strength in Azure's offering? Yeah.
I love the statements like no competition, no compare, no hurt, right? That's classic, right? No, I'm not trying to compare, right? I can say I love to see my friend from AWS in here as well, and the other side, right? So I think we're focusing on the best support, okay, the Python developer in our cloud. You can see so many out-of-the-box SDK from Microsoft, right, to help you to connect to the cloud more effectively. I can see other side is doing something as well. I can say all the cloud vendor is helping the entire community to doing better, more effectively, because you would like to serve the application to the productions, right? Develop in my laptop is very easy, right? But how do we serve my application? Like something like a very simple Lucky website by Django framework, okay, just like a website or API. You don't want to serve from my laptop, right? In those days, maybe on my desk, in my desk, okay, my server, okay, under my desk, right? Maybe something like this, right? So we try to put all the goodies to help the developer more easily to deliver the application more effectively in a scalable manner, right? I believe other side, again, like AWS, like Google as well, is doing the same thing, right? To achieve the how the developer more easy to build. I'm not trying to compare, okay? Don't try to compare the resources, right? Unless we are doing similar.
Thank you.
Yep.
Any other question from the floor?
If no, no problem. Okay, just feel free to PM me. Okay, we are the GitHub, okay, Mediums, okay, or see you inside the Discord, right? Yeah.
Thank you, Eason.
Yeah.